Today we're going to talk about rhythms in music. And we have pitches and rhythms in music. And the pitches are the notes that we play or sound. And the rhythms are the length of those notes. We're going to separate it and just talk about rhythm today, which I find is really helpful to be able to build that muscle, that strength, and to see a little more clearly into that aspect of music itself. So we're going to start with talking about whole notes. I guess before we get into that, we do need to talk about tempo and beat. So, the beat is what we're counting, and the tempo is the speed that we're counting, right? So if we have a song that's fast, we might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our tempo. If it's slower, it might go 1, 2, 3, 4. The whole note here is an open circle. This is what it looks like. This is the notation or the symbol, and it rings for 4 beats. So if we're clapping or playing on beat 1, it's going to ring over 2, 3, 4. So an example would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm tapping my foot steady on the beat, the numbers, whether I'm playing them or not, to keep track of where I am. So let's try that. We're going to tap our foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Our next rhythm we're going to talk about is half notes. Half notes looks like a whole note, an open circle, but it has a stem coming off of it, and that equals 2 beats. And if we're counting to 4 in music, which is very common in 4/4 time with music, we're going to be clapping on beat 1 and beat 3, or playing on beat 1 or beat 3. So we're going to set up our tempo by tapping our foot and counting nice and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our next rhythm we're going to do is called quarter notes. A quarter note is playing on the beat, so on these numbers that we're counting. And it's a filled in note head with a stem coming up. So we're going to practice counting our quarter notes. We're going to tap our foot again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one we're going to look at today, last rhythm for today, is eighth notes. So eighth notes look like a quarter note, so it has the filled in note head and the stem, but it has a flag coming off. Or if we see 2 eighth notes, which will equal 1 full beat, we're going to have the 2 note heads with the stems connected at the top. And we count eighth notes: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And this is really important, I think, to keep our foot steady on the numbers while we are starting to divide this beat. So just without even clapping, just keeping your foot steady and counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I think, is really helpful. So we're going to count and clap that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now that we've discussed each individual rhythm that we were going to cover today, we're going to talk about putting them together. So if I had a measure of each rhythm, I would have a whole note, then I would have 2 eighth notes, I would have 4 quarter notes, or 8 eighth notes. And so switching between these measures would sound something like this: 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's do that again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, one thing you might notice that I'm doing is I'm whispering the beats that I'm not necessarily playing on. So for this measure, I might say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm also keeping my foot tapping on the beat, on the numbers. If I was to start to mix up rhythms in each measure, so combine these, but to still equal 4 beats, that's the key. These are some examples that we can come up with. So one might be this first one. We have a half note, so that's 1, 2, and then we have 3, 4 for quarter notes. Then we have 1, 2, quarter note, 3, 4. That's our half note. Whole note, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have quarter note, 1. Eighth note is 2 and the half note is 3, 4. So this would sound like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Here's a couple more examples that add some more eighth notes in. And I really encourage you to make up your own examples. Just take a piece of paper and divide into 4 equal measures and see what combinations you can come up with that will equal 4 beats. So this one we have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we'll do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, my foot is staying steady that whole time. This is so important. This is the glue that really holds all this music together, is these rhythms and staying steady with them. So after we practice clapping them without our guitar, a fun thing we can do is bring our guitar back in. So if I was to play these rhythms, I'm still going to keep my foot tapping, counting a nice steady tempo, a nice steady beat. And if I was to play whole notes, I would just play on beat 1. 1, 2. I'm playing the open E string as a pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. If I did half notes, I'd play on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter notes will be on every beat. Now my foot's still tapping, nice and steady. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes, the foot's still just tapping on the numbers, but we're going to start to divide the beat and be playing on the ands. And I like to do down with all of these ones that are on beats, but on the eighth notes, I'm going to start to have an up stroke on the and. So it'll be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so I hope you got something out of this introduction to rhythms. And if you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And even better, if you'd like some one-on-one instruction, I do teach here in New York, but also online from anywhere that you might be. So that's a great way for us to kind of discuss all of this stuff and see what problems arise in your own practice of it and see how we can push it forward. All right, thanks so much for your time and have fun jamming.